Dear students, today we are going to discuss about genome sequence annotation. Genome sequence annotation का मतलब जीनोम इज़ द कंप्लीट सेट ऑफ जीन्स. हमारी बॉडी में जितने भी जीन्स अवेलेबल हैं, आइदर दे आर फंक्शनल और दे आर नॉन फंक्शनल. कलेक्शन ऑफ ऑल द सेट इज नोन एज जीनोम. When the complete genes or all the genes get sequenced, then it is known as genome sequence. Annotation is referred to the identification. Annotate करने का मतलब होता है कि आपको अगर हम कोई चीज़ दें, कोई डेटा दें, तो उस डेटा को आप क्या अंडरस्टैंड करते हो, उसमें से क्या यूजफुल इंफॉर्मेशन आप उसमें से निकाल पाते हो, उससे क्या डिडक्शन लेते हो, क्या डिस्कशन करते हो उसके ऊपर. सो दैट इज नोन एज एनोटेट. किसी चीज़ की फंक्शनल या नॉन फंक्शनल या उसके बारे में एक्सप्लोर करना या एक्सप्लेन करने को कहते हैं एनोटेशन. सो कंप्लीट दिस टॉपिक इज नोन एज जीनोम सीक्वेंस एनोटेशन. So it is very much clear कि we are going to talk about the genome sequence. When we have a large genome or a small genome, that doesn't matter, we are going to infer what are the essential things or useful things available in that sequence. Like when you go to NCBI database and you open any nucleotide or protein file, so suppose if it is a nucleotide file, it gives a detailed flat file format. So in that file format, you find it out. First of all, like there is a locus which gives the glimpse of the sequence. Then there is a description part which talks about the author, research, organism, classification of that organism. Then it goes to the annotation part. It means it talks about the CDS coding sequences. It talks about the different segments. It talks about the particular protein region present in the DNA sequence. In the end, it talks about the sequence of that nucleotide. Okay, so like that, when you are given any sequence, either it is a nucleotide or it is a protein, you can annotate that protein. So likewise, genome sequence annotation means we are going to talk about the specialty or special features available in any genome. So in general, if we talk about the genome sequence annotation, so it is the process of identifying the functional element along the DNA sequence of any genome, yet at initial stages often focus on genes. So basically कहने का मतलब ये है, बेसिकली तो हम जीन्स पे ही फोकस करते हैं. जब हमारे पास कोई भी डीएनए सीक्वेंस अगर आपको हम दें, तो आप उसमें से आइडेंटिफाई करना चाहोगे कि हमें जीन मिल जाए. रीज़न क्या है, आपको कोई भी डीएनए सीक्वेंस आपको मिले तो उसमें आइदर देयर इज एक्सॉन्स और एंट्रॉन्स. सो इंट्रॉन्स इज ए नॉन कोडिंग पार्ट, सो यू विल रिमूव दोज पार्ट्स and you will collect the exons, and those exons will code for particular proteins. So we are basically focusing on genes because those genes is in particular time frame, it is produce some kind of protein when it is needed. So non coding part we do not focus or we do not bother oftenly, precisely. So most probably we go for the genes. So we talk about the genes here. So genome annotation consists of describing the function of the product of a predicted gene. Either it is a in silico approach or it is a in vitro approach. So computation, we as in a bioinformatics we are talking about in silico approach. So by using in silico approaches आप किस तरीके से किसी सीक्वेंस के फीचर्स को आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं. Okay, so there are three kinds of detection signals are available. Three kinds of features are available. Number one is a signal sensors, content sensors and similarity detection. These are the three common features. So signal sensors, what they do is they find it out the they find it out the specific region. When we go for any gene identification, there are certain codons. ओके, स्टार्ट कोडॉन, स्टॉप कोडॉन. जब किसी भी डीएनए सीक्वेंस से प्रोटीन सीक्वेंस की तरफ हम बढ़ते हैं, सो डीएनए से मैसेंजर आरएनए, मैसेंजर आरएनए से प्रोटीन. सो मैसेंजर आरएनए देयर इज ए ट्रिपलेट कोडॉन. 3 न्यूक्लियोटाइड सीक्वेंस का एक कोडॉन होता है जो एक पर्टिकुलर अमीनो एसिड को कोड करता है. सो दोज आर द कॉमन कोडिंग कोडॉन्स, बट देयर आर सर्टेन स्टार्ट कोडॉन्स, stop codons, which is the process. They defines start codon, starting of the translation, stop codon, completes of the translation. So this is, we talk about the protein case when we are going to discuss about protein. When DNA to messenger RNA, how you will identify the synthesis of messenger RNA is over. In the end, you will find a poly A tail, a segment of A's. So there is a discussion like how many A's should be there. So generally we said when there is a 16A, 16 A will appear in the end of messenger RNA, it is the completion of mRNA synthesis, and that mRNA will go for the production of some particular protein. So signal sensors detect the start codon. Start codon is your AUG, which codes for methionine. Stop codon, there are 3 stop codon: amber, opal, ochra. Okay, and poly A tail, it talks about the messenger RNA synthesis. Like that, there is a content sensors. Content means what are the content present in your gene, or what are the content present in the DNA. So basically we talk about GC content. G is nothing but it's a guanine, C is your cytosine. Like A attached with your T and G attached with C. So we read the GC content. Okay, और we also go for the codon usage, कितने codon use हो रहे हैं. Like that, there is the third feature is similarity detection. Similarity detection, it talks of the between protein from closely related organisms, messenger RNA from the same organism or reference genome. So these three are the detection sensors available. जीनोम सेंसर्स को हम 3 बेसिक टर्म्स में डिवाइड कर सकते हैं: न्यूक्लियोटाइड लेवल एनोटेशन, प्रोटीन लेवल एनोटेशन एंड प्रोसेस लेवल एनोटेशन. So nucleotide level annotation, it is very much clear when we are going to nucleotide sequence, when we are functioning on the nucleotide sequence, like when we need to going for either for DNA or RNA sequence to annotate. So it seeks the physical location of DNA sequence to determine where components such as gene, RNA or repetitive elements are located. Repetitive elements like your motifs, your domains available. It also talks about the errors at this level can result in false pseudogene. Okay, अगर आपके पास sequencing के टाइम में एरर होगी तो वो pseudogene प्रोड्यूस करेगी. So that also it will discuss in nucleotide level annotation. Next thing is a protein level annotation. When we determines the functions, because functions could be performed by protein. DNA is the hierarchy की अगर हम बात करें, so DNA to messenger RNA and then protein. जब कभी भी बॉडी में कोई फंक्शन की रिक्वायरमेंट होगी, so it inform to DNA. DNA will code accordingly the messenger RNA and that messenger RNA produce that protein which will function. Okay, and process level annotation, it aims to identify the pathways. There are n number of pathways in our body or which are functioning various processes. So that level annotation could be performed in process level annotation. Like it is mentioned here in the last 2 levels, like in your protein level annotation and process level annotation, sequencing or assembly errors may be compromises the inferences of the true gene function because of reduced similarity. Now we will discuss about gene. In general term, if we talk about gene is a segment of DNA. It can be a variable number of size, it can be a small gene or it can be a large genes. It varies, possesses different functions. A gene can possess a single function or a gene can possess a multiple function. Okay, it is the basic unit of heredity, means it transfer the features from parent to the child. Okay, or from generation to generation. As you know, the number of sequences are increasing. Like as I told you in our previous video, the methods of sequencing is increasing exponentially. So like that, the data is available increasing exponentially. When you have a large amount of data, you must have the responsibility to find it out the solution from that data. Otherwise there is no meaning of that data. If you have the data, you must find out the conclusion, you must find out the solution from that data. So that there are several methods available for such methods. Like there are two main method, that is similarity based method or ab initio based method. So similarity based method is what? When you have a raw sequence. Raw sequence is the sequence which you have built or which you have sequenced. So when you have the sequence data, you have to deduce the function of that data, or means a function of that genome of that sequence. So how will you do that? For that you need a reference sequence. So from where you will get the reference sequence? There are a certain databases which contains the reference genomes, like DDBJ SRA database, sequence resource archive. From there you can get the reference set. From that reference set you can align your raw sequence. It is not that easy task, it needs lots of computational power for the alignment, because the size of the genome is very large. For the alignment process the data is already large, so you need a good computational resource or high superpower. Superpower is not means good RAM must be there, speed power is needed. So in such case your raw sequence could be aligned with the reference genome. Okay, so by reference aligning them you can find out the reason of similarity or dissimilarity. So when there is, you can find out the similarity, as I told you before, when there is a similarity means there is a homology, you can deduce the functions of that particular genome. Means by using such method like similarity based search or similarity based method, you can find it out the function of your new sequence, raw sequence or unknown sequence. Unknown sequence is your raw sequence, nothing but is your raw sequence which you have sequenced. But this method has little bit of limitations. Though this method is reliable, this method is fast, this method is easy, but the reference sequences are available in a database. Database has some limitations, it must be having limited number of sequences. So if your raw sequence does not contain any reference genome in the database, there is a possibility that you may not get information about your sequence. So in that case you have to opt for a different approach, and that is known as ab initio prediction. Ab initio approach, what does it approach is? Ab initio approach is this. Ab initio means from the beginning, from the scratch, means there is nothing is available and you have to start from the beginning. So this method is little bit tedious because everything you have to build. First you have to prepare the base, then you have to identify the content of that sequence. So in such way it takes a lots of time. So means it is a tedious process, it is a tough process, or it takes time, or it is lots of assumptions are needed in this kind of approach. So what is this approach is? Like you are going to start from the beginning, like you have your raw sequence and there is no reference genome available in the database, so you have to start from beginning. So in that case we need two kind of sensor, as we talked in this video about the three different kind of sensors, like signal sensors, content sensors and feature sensors. Okay, so signal sensors, as I told you before, it reads the exons, or you can say it reads the stop codon or start codon, or it also reads the poly A tails. So when you have a sequence, in that sequence all the start codon and introns codon will be mapped. So this is a kind of complete mapping of your genome. And second thing is a content sensor. Content sensors reads the content. What type of content? GC content. It will mainly focus on your GC content of your sequence. So when such kind of the information will be mapped, you can reach to a some certain conclusion about the functioning or performance of your raw sequence or your unknown sequence. So by using such biological or computational approaches, we can annotate any genome. So that is the power of bioinformatics or computational biology, by which the large or huge amount of available data is transforming into the known data. Means data size is very high but it is unknown. Okay, but it is now it is transforming to the known data. So that is the power of computational biology. So now I will summarize the video, summarize the lecture. Like, we start with the genome sequence annotation. Annotation is the information retrieval from the data. When you have given such kind of data, you can retrieve the useful information, or you can reach to the some conclusion. So that is annotation. Genome is nothing but it is the complete set of genes available in the body. So when the all the genes complete sequenced, by using those data you can identify the features of that data. Okay, so that is genome sequence annotations. So how we can do that? We can perform with the three method, that is signal sensors. We can use three sensors, that is signal sensors, content sensors, and similarity detection. Then there are three kind of annotation level: nucleotide level annotation, protein level annotation, and feature based process level annotation. These three methods could be so this is about the annotations. When we talk about genes, so gene is nothing but it is a small unit or functional unit, or it is the part of DNA which helps in the identifying the new sequence. So that is can be performed by similarity based search or by the ab initio method. So this is about the genes. In next lecture we will talk some different topics. Thank you for watching. Thank you.